Hey, I'm Deepak I'm a CTO, and I work with founders to help build and grow their companies. In these deep talk series, we focus on some of the biggest companies today, how did they make their money, and what did they do to grow into the companies they are. Today, we're talking about Lemonade. Not the drink, but the insurance company. I know, as boring as insurance sounds, Lemonade is actually quite interesting. Now, Lemonade is not a broker, and it's also not a marketplace to find insurance. It actually sells its own insurance products. It's positioning itself as the David to the Goliath of the entire insurance industry at once. That's a pretty bold move. So when you think about insurance, what comes to mind? It's annoying, it's irritating, it's boring, it is means to an end, just something that adults do. Yes to all the above, but sometimes you do need things of that sort. So real quick, what's insurance? It's just some protection against misadventures that can happen. There could be a flood, there could be a fire, there could be a robbery, burglary. God forbid any of those things, somebody might get hurt in your home, and you might want some coverage so that you don't have to pay out of pocket when something like that does happen. So insurance is just something you buy coverage from a company and you pay them monthly fees, and then when something does happen, they offer you coverage. They take care of some of those bills. And insurance as a concept has been around for hundreds of years. And in the US, the insurance industry has kind of been archaic and stagnant, right? It's been dominated by a few major players. You have Allstate, Progressive, Geico, all these big companies, and they've kind of maintained the status quo of what insurance means, and they've hadn't needed to innovate, like it's the same product. So Lemonade is actually trying to change that entire image around insurance. All those things I mentioned, boring, irritating, all that stuff, it directly pertains to the experience of getting insurance and then the experience of having your incidents covered, right? Filing claims. By default, the insurance industry has been okay getting by creating really terrible experiences for consumers who are paying them every month for coverage. Lemonade is literally targeting that exact pitfall. They're dismantling it from the experience. So they spend a whole lot of time and money coming up with thoughtful design, technology, and put data behind how to enhance the experience that consumers may have with their insurance provider. That's literally it. And that bet seems to be paying off for Lemonade. The company raised around $320 million, and when they IPO'd a couple of weeks ago, their market cap was around $1.6 billion. That's a lot. So what is Lemonade and how is it different from all the other insurance companies? Is the difference literally just a better looking app? Lemonade's mission is to harness technology and social impact to become the world's most loved insurance company. They're also claiming we almost make it fun to get insurance. Now that's pretty courageous. Because Lemonade is a newer company, they've decided not to take on the overhead of having agents and brokers and stores and locations and all that stuff. They're trying to instead go the technology route because they are a technology first company. Instead of having a huge workforce, they've elected to invest in artificial intelligence and machine learning and rely on embracing technology solutions to deal with the same interaction that customers might have with a regular human broker. For example, prospective customers chat with an AI, Maya, to create their ideal coverage. And when customers need to file a claim, they again chat with an AI bot called Jim, I think, who Lemonade claims is so efficient that can help you file and get paid for your claims in as little as 3 seconds. Now, Lemonade is also attempting to tap into our generation's desire to give back to the community by creating this program called its Give Back program, where at the end of every year, it donates the excessive premiums to nonprofits chosen by its customers. In 2019, the company paid out, I believe, $600,000 to 26 nonprofits. So if Lemonade is giving away all this money, how does Lemonade make its money? Let's talk about that for a second. They make money how almost every other insurance company makes money. Customers pay Lemonade a monthly fee for having coverage. In return, customers get coverage up to certain amounts for their apartments or house or homes that they're renting or that they bought. It's homeowners insurance or renters insurance. They offer renters insurance starting at $5 a month and homeowners insurance starting at $25 a month. Okay, now I'm going to tell you something super interesting about the whole insurance industry because this impacts how Lemonade and all other insurance companies make money but also reduce their risk. Now, out of the money that Lemonade charges its customers, it actually only keeps a percentage of that, say 25-30% of it. And the rest of it, it passes on to other insurance companies. Why? These are really specialized insurance companies called reinsurance companies. What on earth is reinsurance? What insurance companies do is they charge customers, okay, great, they give you coverage, but then they de-risk their exposure of covering you in case something happens by bringing on other insurance companies to also help provide that coverage. And they pay, your insurance provider pays these other insurance companies from the money it makes on you. So let's say you pay them $100 a month, they would keep $25, $30, whatever, a percentage of that money because they are the primary provider of your insurance. And they would then split the rest amongst other insurance companies, which have other regions and other areas that they cover. So this is genius. What this does is, let's say Florida gets hit with something. The insurance companies, Florida would not go out of business because the other companies in California, Arizona, whatever, would come to its aid. They would share the load of the coverage payouts because they also got the benefit of making money on the premiums. So in short, reinsurance is just like an insurance for insurance companies. Because it's still a newer company, last year, 2019, Lemonade made $67 million in revenues and had about $108 million in losses. Now the losses in large part can be attributed to its land grab marketing efforts. Now that's the thing about insurance, right? Insurance companies know a percentage of their customers will always have payouts and claims, okay? So the only way to increase your revenues is to have as many people paying premiums as possible. So it makes sense to overspend in getting as many customers as possible. Once a customer signs on with you, the lifetime value tends to be long as they are not completely angry with your service. In 2019, Lemonade actually spent $89 million in marketing. This year seems like they're already surpassing that. The other large portion of their losses would also be attributed to claims that they're paying out. Because they're still a new company, they don't have as many customers, they only have a tiny customer base. It's a higher percentage of their customers that are filing claims that need to be paid out. So of course, the company is going in the red in its early days to cover all the claims that it's paying out for its customers. We do see these leveling out as it gets a lot more customers. So as you can see, Lemonade is going up against the insurance industry. It makes money the way any other insurance company makes money on monthly premiums. It protects itself by splitting that with reinsurance companies. And it is heavily relying on a modern design, modern thoughtful experience and delighting its customers so that it can then in turn predict that these customers will stay with the company for a longer period of time, and then over time it can upsell other insurance products to the same consumer base. The jury is still out on when it'll actually turn a profit. I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that you learned something. If you did, I would really appreciate you liking and subscribing to the channel so you can get notified when we post something else. And lastly, definitely tell me in the comments, what do you think of Lemonade? Did you buy the stock? And is there any other companies that you would like to know about so we can make videos on those too? Thank you. This is Deepak signing off. I'll see you next time.